question directly.
So we have questions. Let's read this first.
So, one who is not connected with the Supreme in Krishna consciousness can have neither transcendental intelligence nor a steady state of mind, without which there is no possibility of peace. And how can there be any happiness without peace?
Okay, so we'll get to your question. Good that we read this now, so we'll quickly check the Sanskrit. Yes. Then, you try. Prasut? Okay, Prasut, go. Where's the microphone?
नास्ति बुद्धिर् अयुक्तस्य न चायुक्तस्य भावना न च भयतः शान्तिर् अशान्ता भूतः सुखम् नास्ति बुद्धिरयुक्तस्य न चायुक्तस्य भावना न च भयतः शान्तिर् अशान्तस्य भूतः सुखम्
नास्ति बुद्धिरयुक्तस्य न चायुक्तस्य भावना न च भयतः शान्तिः अशान्तस्य भूतः सुखम्
नास्ति बुद्धिरयुक्तस्य न चायुक्तस्य भावना न च भयतः शान्तिर् अशान्तस्य कुतः सुखम्
नास्ति बुद्धिरयुक्तस्य न च युक्तस्य भावना न च भयतः शान्तिर् अशान्तस्य कुतः सुखम्.
So this first three lines has two letters in the front. What does it mean? No. Right? So we can see now, we will read the translation in English, so we see all the notes there. Okay, now Parash, back to you. Microphone goes back to Parash.
So, Prabhu, the question is, the first question that after reading is, what is the difference between peace and happiness?
Okay, very good, very good. Anything else you have?
The other question would be, how to get transcendental intelligence and steady state of mind?
Okay, good. So first question is, what is the difference between peace and happiness? So without happiness, how can there be happiness without peace? What does it mean? Mathematically, I would say. Or how to say? Something has to be there, right? X plus something is equal to a number. X plus y is equal to a number. Is math or algebra or whatever? Okay. X plus something, right? So what does it mean here now? What does it mean in the last line? How can there be happiness? So what is the end result? Peace. Peace. Alright? What's the end result?
Happiness.
Happiness. Peace is forward but right. So that's what I want to speak of. That's why you say. Make this equation now. Everything we read, we scrutinize these words here so we can understand what is to understand here. Otherwise we'll make up our way to understand. Like those three people came and went away. So you cannot go to school, you cannot put a foot on the college, say, okay, I've got a degree, I'm in UCF now. You have to really work hard. Like another group has to work hard. To a school and this do at the same time. So the end result is
Happiness.
Oh, right, very good. Thank you. Right. So now, end result is happiness. The two things is what? What is one of them? Peace. At least one of them is peace. We are not going to put something else to make it peace. Plus that, but just for this example, we should know. Which means peace is our sub comes first. So we have to get to the peace level point, right? So we'll go now. And so we didn't answer the difference yet. We'll answer the difference while we read the Prabhupada and see what Prabhupada gives us the right meaning of understanding what is real peace. By the way, any of you know where else in the Bhagavad Gita real peace is mentioned? Any other chapter, any other text? If you have, share. Yes, Prabhu, give the microphone to him. Very nice. And what chapter, what text? 529, yeah, the last one. Pretty much easier. I'm saying, we'll put it up here. That's all to point out that Prabhupada and Krishna, both of them, have really made this so easy for us. You don't have to really worry. But, yeah, so probably we could read this one. Can you read this one? Shloka first?
Bhaktaram Yogyatapasyam Sarvaloka Maheswaram Suridam Sarvabhutanam Gyatva Mam Shanti Vichiti.
We could read the translation.
A person in full consciousness of me, knowing me to be the ultimate beneficiary of all sacrifices and austerities, the Supreme Lord of all planets and demigods, and the benefactor and well-wisher of all living entities, attains peace from the pangs of material miseries.
Okay, great. We'll discuss a little bit more from this. This is one specific line I'll catch from the Prabhupada over here. Prabhupada gives us. Okay, good. So now, also you will give us the start. No, maybe give it to President Mani, gives you to go inside.
Unless one is in Krishna consciousness, there is no possibility of peace. So it is confirmed in the 5th chapter, 29th verse, that when one understands that Krishna is the only enjoyer of all the good results of sacrifice and penance, and that he is the proprietor of all universal manifestations, and that he is the real friend of all living entities, then only one can have real peace.
Okay, yeah.
We have to understand that Krishna is the real enjoyer,
Okay.
and that we should endeavor to help him enjoy rather than help ourselves enjoy.
Give us a really bread. Yeah. Okay.
Until then, we will not have peace. We are restless, trying to find some joy for ourselves,
And when we serve Krishna, what will we get?
happiness at the end. And
No,
peace.
from the part you read.
Peace.
He's the real friend.
Real,
Say it.
real peace.
Real peace.
Real peace. We have to get every word with Prabhupada is put there. No, the word is put there, put like that. No, everything. Even cha, sometimes you say. Cha is also important word, right? And also, so real peace is so important. Now, this is beginning, introducing us to what is peace, real peace. Real peace, something sounds like away from the peace we're looking for, right? And then, of course, have to follow it. So, Prabhupada starts us from this Prabhupada idea, from the first few lines that you read, real peace. One can have real peace. So, now we can always ask our question at this point. Prabhupada said here, Krishna says, peace. Right? Krishna is saying this part, peace. Prabhupada says, real peace. What do we want? Peace or real peace? Ladies who wear jewelries, real or imitation? Thank you, Brother Kumar, for giving me some real piece of jewelry. Yes, he has the whole. He can do some promotion now. Anybody wants to? You also, we also have real jewelries. So, okay, real jewelry. No one wants imitation jewelry, right? So, real piece. That much simple knowledge we have. We want real, right? Okay, good. That's enough for now. Now we go from there. Then what is you want to try? this part and this to see.
Therefore, if one is not in Krishna consciousness, there cannot be a final goal for the mind. Disturbance is due to want of an ultimate goal, and one is certain that Krishna is the enjoyer, proprietor, and friend of everyone and everything, then one can, with a steady mind, bring about peace. So, if one's journey, one's final goal is not in Krishna consciousness, there'll be a disturbance. And then Krishna is the enjoyer, proprietor, and he is the friend, and he is the one who can bring peace.
So, right, yeah, it's good. Anyone else? Anyone wants to add something to that point?
So the real peace, Prabhu, from what I understand in this text, what is talked about is like when one understands that Krishna or God is the ultimate, like his will actually that his will. I'm not getting the word. His will is the final thing. So like whatever we plan out, everything in life, like we have to understand that Krishna is my ultimate well-wisher, and whatever he plans for me, that is like the best. So, and when one understands that, and then he can understand that, yeah, he's my ultimate friend and well-wisher, and then one can get real peace because he believes in the plan of Krishna, not as his plan.
Right. So real peace also equals to happiness. You will get into the point now. Yes, Nandi Mataji first. She has something.
What was highlighted for me was
Yes.
that steady mind. Until we are looking, or we are in the search, then we are quite restless, and that restless mind cannot attain peace and forget about happiness, which follows. So when we rest everything at Krishna's feet and in Krishna consciousness, then our mind becomes steady, and then that steady mind can head towards peace or can attain peace, is what I understood.
Very good, very good. And also, that's a good way to explain the philosophy. In a real situation, like you have bought a new car, right? So, what is that? In terms of peace and happiness.
It's a temporary happiness.
I like the new word. Temporary happiness. We really see 4 different words. Peace, real peace, happiness, and temporary happiness.
Yeah.
So, how can it become full happiness?
Full happiness is just.
Huh? What do you say?
I said if we go puja for it.
Oh, no. The answer is only I want to say. How can you make it full happiness?
Full
I give you-
happiness just
I give
means
you the
like
answer.
a real happiness.
Full happiness. How can you make it full happiness?
Gas.
Yes, you fill it up with gas.
Yes.
Otherwise, you stay here at the temple car. You think a temple car park. Wow, nice car. You know, this was so funny. During the hurricane, I have to park my gas-filled car in my car home, and I was using my Tesla to fill up gas tanks. So I was taking my Tesla and the gas tank. Then I come with the gas tanks. Co-generators and everything else. So the mother is good. I love it. Good word. Temporary happiness. We know these things, but now to start using it, think, yes, I am where I am right now. Peace, a real peace, temporary happiness, full happiness or happiness. So we can now see where we are. Rosinga can relate. Come here. Sit in the front row. Okay. Next, no. So, Ritika, you have quite something?
Yeah, I was just mentioning that, like, when it says that Krishna is an enjoyer, proprietor, and friend of everyone, we can reflect this from our past, because whatever we kind of go through in life, you know, and we get like anxiety about different things, but then ultimately you realize every situation makes you realize that, why are we getting so worked up about anything? Because Krishna is the enjoyer, he's the proprietor of everything, and he's our friend. So you have to have that, when we develop that, these three things are like very strongly embedded in the mind, then we can have peace internally.
Okay, good, that's good.
That way.
So when someone doesn't go home at night, what is it? Is it a peaceful moment for you or probably a shanti moment for you?
Yeah, it's like,
So this is, I'm not to answer that, but this is the things we have to see from here.
yeah.
I am applying what I am saying. Anybody can come here and give a good talk,
Yeah.
big talk.
Actually, I think,
And
yeah.
so when does peace is required? When is peace required?
All the time we want peace.
When?
Every time.
When one
Disturbance.
and one become two. Whenever there's two people, even husband and wife, we need some peace. Need some peace, please. I'll buy a house, we have 5 bedrooms, so I have each room for each family and kids. So sometimes we do like this too. Peace means when there's two people. In the English or in the Hindi saying that, when there's two vessels,
Yeah,
they make noise, so peace. So we all know this in our real life situation, right? We have to act like as if we are taking help from Srila Prabhupada's words. Then we become very intelligent, right? So happiness also that is not required. Intelligence is required. Intelligence means I am following Srila Prabhupada, naturally I am happy, I am not worried about anything else. So he is giving so nicely here. Peace, real peace, temporary happiness and happiness. So, what's going to go next? This one. We have therefore to last.
Therefore, one who is engaged without a relationship with Krishna is certainly always in distress and is without peace, however much he may make a show of peace and spiritual advancement in life. Krishna consciousness is a self-manifested, peaceful condition which can be achieved only in relationship with Krishna. So, peace is a condition that someone can have, but that actual peaceful condition can only be done with a relationship with Krishna. And anyone else that doesn't have a relationship with Krishna is making a show of it, is pretending to be peaceful.
Nice, very nice. Okay, very good. So the question is now, after reading this, what is the difference between peace and happiness? Right? Without peace and without peace, how can there be happiness? Or how can there be any happiness without peace? How can we give some differences between peace and happiness? Something non-spiritual answer first, non-devotional answer first, then we can add it to or apply it to our spiritual lives. What is the difference between peace and happiness? How do you differentiate between these two terms without Krishna consciousness here?
Peace is having food, and happiness is eating it.
Good. We know this thing, but we don't apply in our lives. Right? So, what if we are saying, what if like, Bhajan gives you a nice plate of prasadam in front of you, and you have to say first thing, what do you do first thing? I am peaceful, but I am not happy. We don't say this, this is how we can apply this one, right? And after the prasadam, everyone is happy. Anybody else? Any different examples? Amaraj? An example you can think. I want to think something without Krishna consciousness. Then we can apply this philosophy in our heads.
I have one thing. So let's say a thorn, let's say went in your feet, right? And then like when you take it out, you're at peace. But when your feet is good, you're happy.
Okay. Good. Something like that is good too. Rishi, anything you can think of? Raise your hands. Amrish, you have something yet? No, not yet. Raise your hand when you're ready. Yes, person is ready again. Okay, Bhajan is helping everybody. Yes.
It is continued Krishna consciousness. We always say that we have to chant and then we'll be happy. So happiness ultimately comes from chanting. So if you're not chanting, or that I would say connected chanting to peace.
Yeah, let's not go there, because we are eventually going to do chanting anyways. But first of all, to understand why I am supposed to chant. Otherwise, I am forcing myself to chant. You don't force anybody to chant. Prabhupada doesn't want it, Krishna doesn't want this. we have to know, like, see, Bhagavad says, I have given you prasadam in front of you. I'm going to feed you. You have to feed yourself. So, oh my God, I'm so unpeaceful right now. I'm unhappy because I haven't eaten prasadam. I'm only the peace level.
Yeah.
So, we have to do that much. Other parts of the work has been done by somebody. He has, in this example, he gave the prasadam. Like now, we cannot expect someone to feed you too. Right? That part is standing. We will come to that. The problem happens when we are stuck before that. Right? Before we become a devotee, we should become a good human being. That's very good. Or general woman. Right? We have to become a good human being first before becoming a devotee. So otherwise we'll just, what are we doing? We don't know, am I a devotee or not? So we are only going to be aspiring to become a devotee if we are treating everyone, I mean whatever the good things are, whatever the levels of good things are, right? Treating everyone nicely, accepting everyone, all forms of life. Next week we have Pride event, where different groups of people will be there. We accept, take part with them. Everyone is included in our circle of love. Yes, you have some other? Oh, you have it.
Oh,
Here.
okay. I guess something that,
So we still know the difference of peace and happiness.
yeah, difference between peace and happiness. And so, like we all might have like families, like kids, spouses, and stuff. Peace would be like whenever you get alone time, you don't have to deal with them. But the happiness is knowing that you can help, you will always have them to go back to, and knowing that you always have your kids, your spouse.
It's a good example, yeah. Young mothers, when the kids go to daycare, peaceful. But when the daycare said, we'll keep them for 1 week, no, bring them back. That's my real happiness. We know that, it's my happiness. But I needed this much break at least, a few hours. But I cannot keep them. Daycare said, I'll keep them for free for 1 week. No way. I want them back. Good example.
Is there room for another one?
Yes, why not? The room is empty.
I can't wait to share this.
Yes.
I bet all the women, or at least cooking partner, would agree. When you have to cook and you have cooked and the meal is ready, you're at peace. But if you can hire a cook forever, then that is happiness. That is true happiness.
How many of you
Yeah,
agree?
but I don't agree with that because if you like cooking, if you like cooking yourself, then you don't want to have from somebody else's, you don't want to hire anyone, but that's like your passion.
No, it's okay. I mean, a good example.
I'm just saying, like,
yeah. Everyone has different thoughts.
Yeah.
Like me and Shananjali are really over here now. We need some help also. People always tell us, you guys are so amazing. I don't want to hear that. Give us some help. Give us some hand. That's the whole point right now we are. So yeah, maybe
I
find someone
don't mean
else
to
to-
contradict Mataji, but then, like,
No, situations are different.
this is what Krishna consciousness taught us.
No,
Like
that's the
whatever.
thing I don't want us to get there.
Sorry.
We are defining Krishna consciousness on our own. If someone from our community is thinking something,
Yeah.
we have to respect and accept that. We can't say, oh, your thought is bad, Krishna consciousness is better. Then we are just like we had been reading in Chaitanya, which one is best? Right? Which rasa is best? Everything is best. Because in every role you are doing a different task to please Krishna and please other devotees to go to Krishna. That's very important. Otherwise we will misunderstand Krishna consciousness and we think it's a rule. Krishna consciousness is about love anyways. Also a four-letter word. Krishna is a four-letter word. Love. So we have to accept. And some help is required. Devotees are few here who are doing seva on the altar. Right? They need help too. But they are stretching themselves. Whoever they are doing themselves. If there's more help, we don't hire hopefully, but help should be there to just get some help nice on the altar part. Rishi, yes, I was really good.
Regarding happiness and peace.
Yes.
How it is connected, right? This is based on my experience that sometimes desires arise in the mind, right? For example, I have to have food, right? And I'm hungry. So obviously I'm not at peace, but when I'm eating food, right, those desires quieten down and I feel happy. So I believe peace is a state where mind, intellect, everything has quietened down and you connect to your own inner being for some time and you feel happy. But it is temporary, in the sense your desires will come up again, they'll again wreck your food, and then again you start looking for things, and that's why you get into an agitated state of mind. Based on this verse, what I understand is unless you associate with Krishna or with Krishna consciousness, those desires will keep arising based on your vasanas or desires. And you keep getting wrecked into this eventing cycle that you cannot be at real peace.
Yes.
So maybe I'm wrong. So
No, you're right, because you already have understood some understanding of peace, what peace should be.
okay.
Now, give me some funny examples. What peace should not be, but people think this is peace. What you should? Did you think of an example? Funny example of. Nice, Oscar.
I think of like people who go out during the weekend and think like they're free when they engage in intoxication, and it's peace. I'm forgetting all my problems of life.
Right. And then there's come back to again to 5 days of walking like a donkey. Just to get the 2 days of peace. Right? What's the song? Lotus flower of water?
Yeah.
Sunil Prabhu, sorry, we didn't get to you. Please give the microphone to him. The difference between peace and happiness, I think Sunil will seal it off nicely.
So, like, peace, based on our discussion, Prabhuji, one is peace is for me, happiness is for others. That is like
you
if,
expand it a little.
so if, say, I have family, 2 kids, my wife, and so peace can be like, okay, everyone is quiet and then doing their work nicely, that can give me peaceful life. But if I bring something new or help them achieve their goal or target, maybe they will be happy. So,
Right, so literally they are quiet, doesn't mean it sounds like peaceful word we use usually, they are quiet. But when they're not quiet, but you're engaging them in different activities, different tasks, that is opening their mind up, opening up and then become more creative, become more talented, and the happiness of all. Of course, like you see Navya, she's quiet during the talks, she doesn't talk much, but look at how she sings Kirtan. That's happiness for not only for you, but the whole community. Krishna Prabhu loves to play with her. So that's nice. That's what you should be doing.
yeah, and one more thing is, based on this part, understanding Krishna is one part, but to get real happiness, we should serve Krishna through spiritual master. That only can give us peace,
Yeah.
and at the end we can achieve our ultimate goal.
Now that's the practice. So
Yes.
the thing is, why do I want sunlight?
Vitamin D.
Okay,
Not
it's not sunlight, it's light. Okay, light.
That's it, sir. That.
Why do I really want to see some light? Because I am in darkness. That's why I want to see sunlight. Even though the world is going on every day, we think, yeah, I'll wake up again tomorrow nicely, I'll make a whole plan. Nothing can happen, things can change. Right? So we want to see sunlight or light because I feel I'm in darkness. Some kind of darkness, some kind of suppression. Right? This is why we will define this. So at least come to the mode of peace. Now this text is telling us, so before peace, now again in terms of x and y axis, right? X and y axis. What's where the x and y meet? What is this point here called?
Intersection.
What number is there? What number?
0.
0. Right? Everyone is 0 there. And this side of opposite side will be positive. The other side will be negative. So Prabhupada wants us, and this is the real way to understand this. Then Krishna consciousness will come to us and will accept it very happily. Doesn't be pushed on us. At least come to the 0. 0 is peace. 0 is not, oh, Haribol, no. It's only peace. Right? So we are the negatives here. Right? Now as I was saying that different groups of societies are there, right? They are all fighting for their rights. Next week, Friday, when they're fighting for their rights to come to be realized or recognized as equal levels. Right? Okay, great. They are doing their work from negative to come to peace and do something more with the government, whatever they allow to get more. What about us? What do we think we are? We think we got our rights established by the government and we are good? Maybe not. So we could still be at peace. They may be negative, we are at 0. So So we have to go more from there. What Cyril said, peace is only short term, mandate fix. Right? For now it's Santi, is enough. Right? You bring kids to the temple, all you pray is they don't make any noise in the class I'm doing. Right? It's peaceful. Right? So peace is for personal gains. For personal gain, I want this. Right? I want to just get this thing done and I'm done. I'm done with it. And happiness is something what we do when we get happiness.
Dance and sing.
And pretty much unite, share with everybody else. We don't want to share peace with anybody else. Now why is Krishna teaching us about peace?
Because he is the messenger of the peace.
Whoa, nice, very cool. It's amazing. Krishna, now Mataji, I'm putting you, I'm taking your name. Because Krishna consciousness cannot exist without Krishna. Krishna is the best person we can be friends with. We need to become personal with Krishna. Otherwise he will stay on the altar and the altar will close. Then we have to wait for that. So, yes, he himself, okay, can you, maybe anyone knows when this thing happened? He was the messenger of peace. You know the story?
What between the partners and
You know the story or not? You know the story? Who else knows the story? Abharash, you know the story? So everyone wants to know the story. Who else knows from this side? Anyone knows the story from here? Anupurna Mataji, Krishna equals messenger of peace.
When he went to Duryodhana for taking the peace proposal.
Yeah.
Who's right here? Hey, you know, see here.
When Krishna went to Duryodhana for instead of fighting, give them the 5 villages, so there will be no more. So that is a peace messenger.
Krishna himself went. Does Krishna need the village?
No.
Who needs the villages?
Pandavas.
And just devotee or somebody else, right? Not him. But look at Krishna. We need to also review or view or whatever the word can be, examine Krishna's also ways too. He himself went, and when you ask for peace, how do you act like? Hey, give me peace or like this? Who can become humble like this? Only Krishna, for his devotees. We should become humble in front of Krishna. Krishna, please give me bhakti. I give him everything. I don't need those things now. Give me bhakti. That's it, that's something I want in this life. And go back to you. Right? Thank you for the example. He is teaching what he has done himself. Similarly, when we are telling anybody about anything, even telling about Krishna consciousness, make sure we are doing our Krishna consciousness properly before telling others. That doesn't mean that, no, I won't do Krishna consciousness, I'll do something else only because I'm doing that. No, we have to gradually come up. Now, Prabhupada is fed this whole plate of wonderful prasadam of knowledge, I would say. Yes, no, right? It's laid out all there. Now, this is the sense. Dr. Govinda, read from here. This is the sense. This is 529, which Prabhu had read these things. You all have to know, we all have to know every words of every Prabhupada's purpose. Is it possible? Yeah? Say it again?
By Prabhupada's mercy.
By Prabhupada's mercy, perfect. You guys know this anyways. I'm just making it up. This is the sense.
This is the sense of Krishna consciousness. Lord Krishna is the supreme predominator, and all living entities, including the great demigods, are his subordinates. One can attain perfect peace only in complete Krishna consciousness.
Perfect peace, which is temporary happiness, also happiness, right? So we need to get out of the negative. I don't know the number or the name you could give. If you think of something below 0, unperfect peace or unpeaceful, you could say those things. But why does Krishna and Prabhupada want us to come to the point of peace? Why do we want, or they want, to drag ourselves from the negatives to the 0 point at least?
My guess is so that we can raise ourselves to a platform where we can actually start to grow bhakti, grow that relationship
That's good. Very nice.
You can't grow anything on unfertile land. You have to first till the soil, prepare it. It's like when you go through school, you learn your ABCs, you learn how to count your numbers, and then gradually you can learn algebra, then you can learn calculus. You need to build that foundation and understand your basics before you start to understand real in-depth philosophy.
Nice.
Because otherwise it's just going in one year and coming out the other.
That's why we have 2 years, huh? Okay, that's good, that's good, that's good. Perfect peace. What about those? You say you and you have peace, or everyone here have perfect peace. What's your task now? I'm not saying too much openly, but what do you do who doesn't have the peace? Yes, and then you bring them out. So we are learning this peace part here, the peace formula, you can say, so that we can learn and not just apply only on my life only, no. Now see who else is not peaceful. And we have this formula. We will just entrust them or they trust us that yes, this formula will work for them too. Because it has worked for you. Now that's the challenge. Some people say, nah, this works for you guys, that doesn't work for me. Something like this. But we can see. And who was the person who came to see, who saw that we were suffering? We were thinking we are hippies. We thought we are happy while being the hippies. We thought this. All of us thought this. Now Prabhupada came and made the hippies into happies. Really happies. Hippie doesn't mean only the people in this country. We all know hippie, different way, different things. No, we are happies. But if we were hippies, not happies. And then he gave us this knowledge. And he didn't force anybody. Put the knowledge out there, we studied, we understood, makes sense. Oh my God, I thought I was here. Like, you can just drive sometimes without a GPS. Sometimes we do take challenges on ourselves. We drive without a GPS, thinking I'm on the right track. Right? I have done that too. Oh my God, no. You can't do it. Like in all small countries, you can do this. In USA, you cannot do it. There's so many roads going here and there. That's why GPS is important. And our GPS is?
Guru Parampara system.
Guru Parampara system. Wow, very good. Guru's giving here.
Like in India, you don't, you go somewhere and they'll say, we just talk to this shopkeeper, we talk
Yeah, no, that's not
the
GPS.
village.
Yeah, no, that's
The GPS doesn't work there.
No, but that is still GPS, Guru Parampara system. You ask somebody.
Yeah, I'm just saying.
Yeah.
So
No, I know.
yeah.
No, that's true. You are right. Yeah. So this was 529. Now from 2, we get to the understanding of the real peace, the perfect peace, and the difference. Which means when Krishna is saying, how can we achieve happiness without peace? Which means we have to get to the peace level. So we identify where am I right now in my life. Now here says the word complete in Krishna consciousness or complete Krishna conscious. Now that's our benchmark. I could be here, fine, but here and there's that Krishna consciousness there. We can try to see what will help you to get to the full Krishna consciousness, because that is where real peace resides. Make sense? Real peace is there. Mataji, are you peaceful now or happy? Both. Then you move near the temple. So you move near the temple now. Very good. And another person moved to the temple too. But the Oscar moved to Omido. I was like, that's real peaceful. Now you're gonna Praveen, you're gonna see Mukti Mangalarti. Yeah. Great. Yeah, that's nice. So another text from the Adi Lila. Sorry, there. Favorite book that you read every Wednesday? 9. Adding more from that. So 19 on for 9.
If you want to find it, you can just search it. CC Mandana.
Oh, just bring it up?
Yeah.
Wow. Thanks for wishing for saying something. Now I'm too happy. You're next. Bengali. First Bengali. Give the microphone to Vibhav.
Krishna Bhakta
Krishna Bhakta Nishkama Ataiva Shanta Bhuti Mukti Siddhi Kami Sakariya Shanta. Before we go to the text, let's try to see if any words here we can make out. Okay? Huh? Krishna, yes.
Oh, I say Krishna devotee.
Krishna devotee, Krishna Bhakta. What's the last word here means?
Peace.
Santa? Yeah, Krishna Bhakta can be a Santa also. And Krishna means?
Without peace. No peace.
Shanta, no peace, rude. No Krishna, no peace. No Krishna, no peace. How is it? What's the word like that?
No Krishna, no peace. No Krishna, no
Oh yes, right. With the N-O first, then K-N-O-W. The second line. No Krishna.
Oh, like no Krishna, K-N-O, okay.
K-N-O-W, yeah? Good? Write it down there so okay. Where's your iPad? You could have done it here. So N-O Krishna, no Krishna, N-O peace, no peace. K-N-O-W Krishna, no Krishna, no peace. That's the only word I think. So Shakali Asanta. I'm sorry, but this is what we are usually most of the time, Ashant. Because we are after what?
All these various things.
Anyone knows any meaning of any of these bottom line words? Which one?
Are those like different levels of
Mukti. No, not everything is liberation. Not everything is liberation.
Kami, is that
Mukti
like-
means just enjoying mental senses. That's not liberation.
Sense certificate.
Mukti means liberation. That also comes in sense enjoyment. Siddhi means trying to become perfect. Like Usha Mataji, do you remember? You listened to the class right now, propose. Annapurna is proposing in class, Amagija propose in class. Right? Babaji, Siddhi, perfection. Right? And Kami. Only trying to go only for gratifying our own senses, feeling up ourselves. Marisha, you know this one?
Because a devotee of Lord Krishna is desireless, he is peaceful. Fruitive workers desire material enjoyment, jnanis desire liberation, and yogis desire material opulence. Therefore they are all lusty and cannot be peaceful.
Straightforward.
Yeah, I mean it's pretty straightforward. If you desire something, you can't be peaceful.
Okay.
But what if you desire Krishna?
Well, material desires, I guess.
What's your desire? Krishna Prema. Oh my God. You guys are so serious. Yeah. Can't be that serious. Krishna will get mad. You only want me, you don't want a devotee? So yeah. Desireless. Now let's continue contemplate on the word desireless. Vaibhav, what does desireless mean to you?
It means to have no material desires.
Correct. Material desires. Then we are peaceful. Right? Now one example of material desire, which could, now we get a little deeper now, which would hurt in our Krishna consciousness. Material desire which could hurt in our Krishna consciousness. Which means I am a devotee of Krishna, but I am not peaceful from the same line because I have a little desire. Desire plus 1, not desire less yet. Desire plus 0, desire less plus 0 is desire less minus 1, I would say. Then we have some desire left there. So as a devotee of Krishna, I am not peaceful because I have some desire. I don't give you a real life example, just give some example of some of the stories from the Shastras.
Like Dhruv Maharaj had a desire to get a kingdom bigger than Brahma.
Okay, but he wasn't a devotee of Krishna that time. He didn't become a devotee of Krishna. I'm trying to see because that's where we are, most of us are. If we have become a devotee.
Trishanku wanted to go to the Swarga with his body. That's his desire.
Okay. Okay, Trishanku was Lord Shiva?
No. One of the family member of Lord Rama.
Lord Rama. He was a devotee of Lord Rama?
No. He's like ancestor of Rama.
Okay.
And he had a desire to, you die and then go to heaven and all. But he wants to go with his body without dying, and he went to Vishwamitra and he sends him, and then but his desire doesn't get fulfilled, and he put upside down.
Yeah. Is there any other example? Yeah. Say it. Full more, little more. So everyone can follow.
He was very pious, but then he had to desire that the day.
Yes.
He lost it like.
He was already knowledgeable.
Yes.
Good.
He knew the path to liberation, and the deer came back to him, vice versa. Attachment grew, and he had a desire at the end of life. That's why.
Right. And who is the Rishi Muni when Menaka came?
Vishwamitra.
Follow. Vishwamitra, pure devotee, fully meditating, perfect yogi, doing nice sadhana. Amrish, you heard of this? Yogi? All of this. Can who knows this story? Sunil, you know this? Yeah. Yeah, tell quickly. Amrish, look at him and tell him.
So, Vishwamitra is one of the Maharshis.
Maharishi was a great sage.
Yes,
He
Brahma
like
Rishi
pretty much knows
actually,
everything.
yeah. So he was doing a lot of this finance activity. Thousands of years or millions of years. I don't know the count, but he was in deep meditation, and then Lord Indra thought, who is the king of Swarga heaven, he thought maybe if he does more of this tough penance, then he might take over my kingdom. So
Indra is king of heaven.
he is the king of heaven. He sent one of his Apsara, what you call, very, yeah. Dancers in the Swargaloka, who is very beautiful, attractive. He sends her down when Vishwamitra is in deep meditation. He closed his eyes, and then she comes down and starts dancing, and what do you call that?
Just by hearing the anklets of her feet,
yeah.
the tingling of the anklets of the feet, he got.
Ankle bells.
Ankle bells, yeah. With that sound, he got distracted by seeing it, her beauty and the attractive body, whatever you say. He got distracted, and then he lost his meditation and everything. And he got excited.
Tampered with the mantra. Right. So a disturbance came, and a great sage, Maharishi, Maha was great, could not control his senses and went with the flow. Now, quickly, much time right now. Who is one person? Similar thing happened also, but didn't lose any traction of his bhakti. Hey, good. Let us Thakur ki Namacharya Shiva Thakur ki jai. We should go to trance ki jai. Right? So now, practically, right, in our lives, what was the response of Haridas Thakur when the prostitute Mataji came to him? Who raise your hands? I want to hear, I want to see who knows the response. You think you know the response? You know the response? I think you also know, you also know. Anupama Mataji, what is the response?
So the response is, he said, let me finish my chanting and just wait until I complete mine.
Good, that's the response again. Hold on. Right? Sometimes you also get mad sometimes, quickly. Then what is the key, what is the thing to use, the 4-letter word? Wait. I get to know, you guys, when he's in the front of me. Yeah, wait. When we have some disturbance, some problem happen, especially when we get stressed out in the weddings and things, ask so many questions to you guys. Wait. Take a break. Wait. Always wait. This is a Vaishnava quality. Wait. It's not mentioned somewhere like this, but we have to apply this. It is Patience, yeah. Patience, of course, is the most patience. So we apply this in our lives. That's why the community can be very strong, even though we are studying together like this, applying each and every knowledge that we get here in our daily lives, not only temple lives. So wait, things will happen. You're going to be going to India, and you know India is a place of mysticism, and a lot of people will be there. So you have to wait. Let them go. But you cannot wait. India is different. When traffic goes, you also keep going. You cannot wait. Let the car go, then they don't go. No, you also keep going. So yeah, wait is one of the qualities of Vaishnavism, as patience, you can say. Right? And then his goal is what? And the Sadhu's goal was what? Someone came for help out. What was his goal? And the Sadhu's goal was what? Just like we talked about the goal of negative, zero, then peace, then real peace, then temporary happiness and happiness.
Was to finish his rounds.
So what does it equate to in these terms, 4 terms?
Happiness.
That was his real happiness, to get his rounds done.
Yeah.
Now, when we get your rounds done, this is a good thing to do also. Focusing on the real happiness, what is the activity that we are doing as a devotee now? When what real happiness is being applied? What? Yes.
Oh, we're doing services
Okay, but to yeah, Guru and Krishna. Say the whole thing here. When we are doing services to Guru and Krishna, that's only when the button of the real happiness gets checked on. Not other than that. We can save our parents also. All these things are good. But that's not real happiness. Unless they are great devotees of the Lord. So we are our parents right now, the real great grandparents of Prabhupada is serving him in this way.
Also,
Teaching us
like
to
if we have our own Guru Maharaj in the Parampara,
yeah, same, yeah,
then
same.
it's Guru Maharaj, Srila Prabhupada and Krishna.
Same. Yeah.
Three people are there.
Yes.
Yeah.
Or even just to serve your own Guru, that's enough.
Yeah.
If Guru take off from there. That's good. So this is the type of equation we want to see where we are. Knowledge is all available. We all know what I wish to be doing. Right? So, Amaresh, you read this part?
The devotee of Lord Krishna has no desire other than serving Krishna. Even so-called liberated people are full of desires. Fruitive actors desire better living accommodations, and jnanis want to be one with the Supreme. Yogis desire material opulence, yogic perfections, and magic. All of these non-devotees are lusty, kami, because they desire something they cannot have peace.
You have to say something in a few words, what you understood from here.
Be careful with your desires. The ego, these different categories may seem very high attaining, but it's not the ultimate.
Right.
And so you could be a yogi, but be careful where are your desires, what is happening, and
Yeah, so in a simple way, be careful what you ask for. In some way, right? Now, only qualification we need to get in our lives, in our sense, is that where these things will lead me to. Is this a material desire or it's a spiritual desire? That's where everyone is stuck. Most people are stuck there. We think the hippies was the happy life, but it wasn't really. It was still a material desire. Material means a temporary life. It's not going further. So be careful what do you ask for. What can we ask for? What should we ask for? In terms of our own personal lives. What should we ask?
peace.
At least peace. Good. That's nice. Thank you, Prabhu. At least peace. Right? After peace, happiness. Right? So, but you cannot be stuck in peace all the time. Because peace is coming, going. The weather. Happiness is forever. Happiness is more spiritual, peace is more material. This only helps you to understand, yes, I now need to jump quickly before this piece wood slips away from me, from under my feet. To move on. So we need to be at least on that, but keep the goal in the head. Still, happiness has to be done, or have to be achieved. Has to be done. Right, now the time for the real peace formula. You will have heard about this, but the way Prabhupada writes it here, the real or the peace formula is given by Krishna in Bhagavad Gita 529. Bhagavatam Katasam Sarva Loka Maheshwaram Suridam Sarva Bhutanam Natma Mam Shantim Richati. This is the real peace formula. And this is a long text, we will go through this today. Right? This is 19149. And you can, of course, read more and get this one. But I think for today's discussion, those exercises, different exercises that we did, we got to know how to find where we are. Right? Find where we are. Right? Sometimes things just won't fall off the tree. Right? Not all the trees are low hanging fruit trees. So we have to see where we are, how to get across from there. Right? Navya, what's your notes? You have a microphone? Share 1 point, Swami 1 point.
We can only have real peace by understanding that Krishna is the only enjoyer and friend to all living entities.
Okay, so what are you going to do to Krishna to get that real happiness or real peace? I
could read more and understand about his pastimes and how I can use that to find.
That's it. That's perfect. That's all. You don't have really set time because you're a school student. You never get that. Maybe you could only do once a week. It's also fine. If you can do more, great. And you tell your parents to give you the time to help you out. That's enough. Krishna only wants to see you are making the effort. Oh, great. That's it. Great. Thank you. Someone any notes you made?
I know if you have material desires, you become lusty and you can't be peaceful.
What does lusty mean?
Like if you really want something, like you have a really strong desire towards it.
How do you show that you really want something? What do you do with your body? I want it. Yeah.
What a passion.
But your parents are nice, but they don't never allow you to get lusty at all. They take the phone away from you before they ask, right? So that's good. Make sure you understand what you are saying there and apply it in your lives and try not to become that whatever you don't want to become. Based on the notes that you made yourself. You made the notes yourself, so see, make sure where you're going. And also the opposite of that is what? To become more Krishna consciousness, right? What is the one thing you could do to become Krishna conscious? I'll tell you. Practice harmonium every day. Okay? Very good. Marsha, take some notes. Some cool notes. This should be one thing.
Couple of things I wrote down.
Yes.
Krishna consciousness is a self-manifested peaceful condition. So, Krishna consciousness naturally.
It will work always. That means
Yeah.
all unfailing system.
And then peace is like a short-term band-aid fix, but happiness is more of a long-term thing. A couple of things I took away.
Right. Good. Pieces, band-aid tricks. We need more of that. Also, where's the notes? You made some notes? Some ahead? Oh.
My mom made it.
Oh, very good. That's a good mom.
So whoever believes in Krishna will, the knowledge will improve and they'll have a steady mind that will give us peace and happiness.
Very nice. Mustu. Very good. Nice. Thank you, mom, for helping me keep your notes. Nalini, you put some notes. Full, I see some full page. You put some graph there too.
Yeah, about the graph, 0 is peace and I think until we realize that we are not even at zero, we are actually in the negative. And when once we are at that benchmark, then we can work towards happiness, which follows peace.
Great. So one more thing to add to our own lives. As soon as we realized I was in the negatives and I pulled myself to zero with some of our friends' help, what is one thing we can also do while having the goal of going to happiness, try to put others also in the negatives in a nice way, friendly way, happy way. Right? We are a human being having a
Spiritual experience.
Spiritual beings having a human.
That's the also the wrong way. Give the microphone to first say it nicely. We are human beings.
We are spiritual beings having a human experience.
We are spiritual beings having a human experience. Problem happens as soon as we think we're human beings. That's everything. And then the whole conception of the idea of attaining peace will be done in the wrong way. Right? So that will be first. Nimai, any notes? Somebody notes? In your head? Did mom help you?
One thing is when people have an end goal that isn't Krishna, any sort of end goal, and they have a desire to reach that end goal, then there's a disturbance in their mind. When your mind is disturbed, you can't have peace.
Wow. So what I get from this is that if you don't have an end goal, your mind will be disturbed always. You won't know it. You won't know why am I getting disturbed. You won't know these things because you don't have an end goal. You will have some issues going on. You will never know what's happening. Once you make an end goal, then your anxiety becomes spiritualized. Prabhupada said that we need to have what kind of anxiety? Spiritual anxiety. We should be anxious. We shouldn't be lying down and, oh, the body is to be very happy and peaceful. No, we should have the spiritual anxiety always to share Krishna consciousness with others, especially to those who don't want to listen to you. Prabhupada came at the age of 70 to spread Krishna consciousness, and so many didn't want to listen to him. Some of them wanted to listen to him. Last week we were in Dvaipayana and we went to a place, Old Vrindavan? Yeah, the place called Old Vrindavan, in Vrindavan. Old Vrindavan. Prabhupada stayed there for 32 days. Right? And I didn't ask what was the sub season at the time. I think snow time, winter time. Oh my God. To get to that place is no good road.
Very
At that age, at our age, we were getting to that road. That's how many? 45-minute road. He got in 30 minutes. I took 40 minutes. And Prabhupada stayed there in the winter, so much difficulty, so much things was going on. But why was he suffering? Was with an old body like this, only to pull us from the zero level, negative levels, to the zero level at least. Now we can, maybe one day we can make a new whole road trip to Vrindavan. We'll see. Hopefully we'll do that. Thanks, Emma. Very nice. Oscar, do you make any notes?
I don't really have a one-liner, but
make more lines. It's fine.
Okay, so if I was understanding correctly, we shouldn't be striving for peace, like just peace, because peace is material. You mentioned that peace was material and happiness is spiritual, or it can be spiritual. And real happiness is serving the Guru.
Yeah.
And engaging yourself in devotional service, and that's how you build that relationship with Krishna and attain real happiness. If, I don't know.
No,
that's what
that's right, yeah. Same 529. Understanding who my end goal is, right? Now, who told us the end goal is Krishna? Exactly. Good. Guru. Prabhupada could tell us the end goal is Krishna. That's why we're going to Vrindavan. Mayapur. Guru told us that's a dham, some special place to go to. So that's why we have to accept those words of the Guru and accept and try to work on that as much as we can. Sometimes you will read in the nectar of instruction that one who resides on the banks of Mathura, they are like a pure devotees. But no, we cannot do that. So Prabhupada brought Vrindavan everywhere now here. So this we can. So good, very nice, bro. Thank you. But we can get the microphone, we can share something, and then we can ask some questions if we have any.
peace comes naturally in connection to Krishna. But while you're at peace, we need to do something with that peace.
Basically, we have to work for happiness. If peace comes naturally, happiness is not going to be a gifted thing. We have to work for it. Bhakti on its own terms does not ever work. We have to work for bhakti part. Right? And when we serve Srila Prabhupada's disciples, Jayapataka Maharaj and so many other disciples of devotees are there, how they were serving Kuladri Prabhu, who was giving us the story, they were also living. If Prabhupada is the guru, okay, definitely he got some better arrangements nicely. No, everything is taken care of him. But the disciples, when they would to go from that place, from New Vrindavan to New York, Brooklyn Temple, they would go in their boots covered with cow dung and dirt. And they said New York would smell like that for the time period that the devotees would see Prabhupada there. And then from New Vrindavan to over there. So their life wasn't that cool or easy life. And it was difficult. So thank you. Bhakti, for happiness, we have to work for that happiness. Peace, Krishna's given you. Krishna Rama, and Ravi can share some points. There's the microphone, you can give that one there. Okay, push.
So we talked about the scale where you have this zero axis, negative and positive. And Krishna consciousness, always Srila Prabhupada is saying for us to realize who we really are. And then in this verse from Chaitanya Charitamrita, we're talking about how all of these different people, like they're fruit workers, jnanis, they're all going for these different goals. So it's, for example, if you try to look at your reflection in a body of water, if it's during a hurricane, that water's muddy, it's choppy, it's like a fruitive worker. There's so many things going on. You're not going to see your reflection, you're not going to realize who you actually are. Jnanis and yogis, you might have some understanding, but that water's still rippling, it's still moving, so you won't see a clear form of your reflection. But once you're actually at peace, desires or rocks are not being thrown in the water, and the water is actually calm and still, that's when you can actually see your reflection, and then you can start to see what you need to work on. I have something in my teeth, I need to brush my teeth, I maybe need to shave. But you can actually see your actual position and then move from there. In the case where we don't want to be stagnant, you're looking at that water, but now that you see that the water is still, okay, now I can push my boat out and start paddling to where I need to do.
That's very nice, yeah. We don't need to be stagnant because we are a Hare Krishna movement. So we are not stagnant. Right? And the other thing you said about, oh yeah. So to see the water still, also in another way is to get yourself out of the box or out of the circle, out of the problem. When we are in the problem, it's hard to solve the problem. So take yourself out of the problem and think someone else, your replica or someone else is there going through this issue. What should they do? When you are in the problem, all you think about is how I get benefited from this situation. Take yourself out and see, oh, you're going to get benefited because I'm going to wish for a short time and this thing happen and the ripples will come again. I like this one. Thank you. Before, yeah, make a good speech.
I'm a little bewildered about the happiness part in the material world because the material world is full of miseries. So, is there real happiness over here though? Because Krishna says in 2:14 about happiness and distress is like the seasons, they come and go. So if we want real happiness, we do not want to get that in the material world. So correct me if I'm wrong.
Yeah, good one. No. Yeah. So yeah, this question is
our duty here, if like happiness or if you're talking alongside desires, our desire should be to fulfill the desire of Krishna. And what he desires, that's what we should work to, We shouldn't be working for our happiness because he says in 2:14 that the devotee does not be affected with happiness or distress. He's steady in that one, nothing affects him.
Yeah.
So is there real happiness here?
Yes, there is real happiness, yes. Okay, so in 2:14, Matras Prasasta Kwanteha, right? Distress and happiness is just like the season comes and goes, Now beyond that is what we're looking for, real happiness. You see, this happiness will come and go again. So before this, we explain this part here. Happiness comes to us how? Without asking for it. We don't have to work for material happiness. I'm doing material happiness. It comes to us just like the distress came to us without asking for it. How many of us ask in the morning when you get up, hope I have a better today? You always hope for a good day today, right? So we don't ask for a bad thing, but it comes or not? Somehow it comes. Do we? And same way, the happiness is also not our control. It comes, and again, like a season, it goes away. But there's still a band-aid fix of happiness in a distress. Small time difficulties. We all go through small mosquitoes here and there. It's happening on life. Now, to get beyond that is what we're discussing here is the real happiness. The real happiness is when we are becoming free from the bodily concept of life. Now, all of this material happiness. Now, let's get back quickly to the Arjun part here, right? Arjun is known as who? This is also the same purport, two parts of the second paragraph of the purport. Arjun is called what? Matra Sparshasta Kaunteya Sitoshna Shuddhatu Kada Agami Tam Titik Shava Bharata. Arjuna is known as the Shion of Bharata, who can control or do things in the right way if he wants to do it. And now he's speaking like a elementary school kid, something like that. Yes, I want peace. Now peace means what? No fighting. What does Krishna tell Arjuna? What is Krishna telling Arjuna to do? The fight means what? Also, in Kurukshetra. Let's be clear. Krishna is telling Arjuna to kill, not just fight. Fight, no, kill. This is what Krishna is telling us. Arjuna is saying, no, I don't want to kill. I practice non-violence. That doesn't. So Krishna said yes. That will give you temporary happiness. Arjuna said yes. I'll just go outside. I don't want to fight. Get some small land, whatever. I'll be happy. But that is what Krishna said. That's not the real happiness. The real happiness is to give everybody the proper understanding of what? Serving the words of Krishna. Right? Guru Mukha. What does it mean? It's just that only. The lotus, emanating from the lotus mouth. The words. Chityate Koriya Akya. That becomes my heart and soul. What the Guru says. And who was Krishna to Arjuna at that time? Guru. No friend, no God. Guru. Guru is saying this. You used to please me. And Krishna Arjuna was trying to make up all these arguments and everything. And now, that was chapter 2, of course, 2, then going forward. At the end, Arjuna says that yes, you are the Supreme Personality of God because I accept these things. Everything you're telling me, temporary happiness and distress comes and goes. And Krishna wants to give us real happiness, which may mean I have to kill someone. But killing of not someone, killing of adharma, non-religiousness, which is non-righteousness things. Those things have to be taken over. Ram also had to kill, no, Vali, hiding. What's the sequence behind that? Why these things happen? Right? So there are all different reasons given, right? Of what they have to do. So we also have to have a little previous context of those things, on this past things, Ram and Vali. But here, material happiness and distress are being discussed because they are only making who happy. The body happy, right? Very body happy. And what Krishna is saying is making what happy? Soul. Yes, of course, Paramatma, soul. So we have to identify ourselves. I'm not doing this for the body. I'm not a Fijian here sitting here. I'm not Indian, American, whatever. I'm a servant of the servant of the servant. Govind Bhav, I didn't hear anything from you today. You have 1 minute.
One point that I took away was the power of the Maha Mantra.
because Haridas Thakur was chanting the holy name and Vishwamitra Muni was doing pranayama or like yogic meditations. And it goes to show how potent the Mahamantra is, that even though they had the same situation happen to the both of them, they reacted quite differently.
Great. And we can end on this shloka here. Krishna Bhakta Tataiva Shanishkama for them. Are they always happy, always peaceful? Now this is Mahaprabhu himself. So what we want to do? Apply that in our lives. We want to be totally shant, peaceful, happy. The kids are going to the daycare. I'm totally happy right now. I can do my japa, I can do my chanting. Everything else you can do in our lives like this. Any questions? Anyone have questions? Manish, welcome. Thank you for coming. Hare Krishna. Yep, so. Divya, any question? Are you happy? Or are you just only at peace?
Getting there from.
Getting there. Yeah, so what he said, good. And who said that? Peace. Come to the peace. So who said that? Come to the peace level at least. So make sure. We have to make sure we are tired or what, at least let me be in the peace level. Then I can make conscious decisions. Otherwise I'll make a, what kind of decision? What was the word? Huh? Yeah, right decision and then it will hurt you later on. So wait. Something. In the Vishnuka Prabhu said a wonderful teaching, a wonderful thing.